afternoon, Dr. Macario. It's Nicole, and this is my third journal entry for Blended Learning Action Research Project. The focus group with 5 to 6 educators using Google Hangout has not happened yet. I'm pushing that back till October. The GAF Blended Learning Committee is meeting this week for the first time, so I'm excited about this. The providing PD about blended learning by September 30th did happen. It happened on the 16th. Happened with a group of 10. We did it in unconference style, so I had 10 educators through the session, and it lasted about 30 minutes. And I want to share those slides with you real quick to just give you an update on how that went. So making progress, just kind of moving the plan around a little bit so that the focus group will happen, and so, which I'm glad that I had the opportunity to provide the session and hear from different perspectives even before the focus group happened. So here's the slides for the session. It was the what and why of blended learning, and I actually had some key stakeholders in my session. I had the president and the vice president of the union there who were super supportive. And I think we're really on the same page as the message that we're sending and what West Warwick High School's vision of blended learning looks like. I did get pushback from one educator on whenever I brought up ideas about using station rotation and other types of models, not so much a flipped classroom and using online kind of like a la carte. I didn't get pushback there. I got pushback from teachers on station rotation, and one of the comments was, well, why do station rotation just for the sake of doing stations? And I think I'm not sure if it was a high school mentality thinking of, stations that's elementary. I'm not sure really where that person was coming from, but what was able to happen was that the participants were able to address the educator, and it didn't come from me, on some positive and benefits of station rotation. So I'm hoping that they're starting to see a little bit different. I was happy that they came to the session, even though they had some different ideas, and it did help the conversations and help us to think about what it is that we're all doing. So this is some of the slides. I modeled blended learning. I did a form of who's in the room with a brief questionnaire. We had a guiding question about blended learning and how it will benefit our students. And I made the connection to the ISTE standards. And very strategically and intentionally, I put the 4 C's of learning, because West Warwick talks a lot about creating and communicating and collaborating. And those are the components about blended learning, and keeping those big pieces, those key ideas and concepts around why we're using technology, and when we enhance the lessons that we're thinking about, how are we communicating with students, how are students collaborating with each other. So I really wanted to talk about to this, and that went over really well. We did a quick write on which components of instruction do they help to see more of before we got into discussing any apps. So we think about what is blended learning and why are we using, what are we hiring to fix. It's not about the apps. We did use Answer Garden, watched a video on blended learning, and everyone typed in what they heard, and then we shared the Answer Garden tool at the end to say how that worked, and teachers were willing and wanting to try that in their classes the next day. We used BlendSpace in the session. We used Padlet. We also used Vocaroo and Screencastify. So the session went well. I think it was a good start. We'll have some more as the year goes on. And I'm really excited about the focus group. So everything's going well. And that's it. Thanks. Bye.